Welcome to Sunday Night Stock Zoom call. I hope you had a productive last week and you're having a powerful weekend. Looking forward to a prosperous upcoming week in the market. Family, this is not financial advice. This Zoom is for entertainment, education, excitement, and empowerment so that you can make your own personal financial choices. All financial decisions made by viewers should be done after talking with a licensed professional. With that said, you know how we do it. We get in the bag tonight, all four corners. Hey, Jana, why don't you unmute your line and tell us what's happening this week in the market?
Hello, everyone. I hope everyone's having a great evening. I'm going to share some quick updates with you about earnings for the week, or companies to expect earnings calls for the week. On Monday, you can expect earnings calls for Clear Secure Inc., Lucid Group, and Ideanomics. On Tuesday, there will be earnings calls for Walmart, Jamia Technologies, Home Depot, and C. On Wednesday, expect earnings for Baidu, NVIDIA, Cisco Systems, and Target. And on Thursday, earnings calls for Alibaba Group Holding, JD.com, Macy's, Workday, and Palo Alto Networks. And that's what you can expect for the week. Back to you, Griff.
Oh, good stuff. Good stuff. Hey, listen, govern yourselves according. You know, when we're going in and out of these trades, you want to know when the earnings call is, because you may be right up on a pop or you may be on your way out of a pop and it's getting ready to pull back. So that's why we do that every week. But hey, let's get up to the big D. I know it's cold in Belleville and Big Michigan. I see Pop Ross, he's on with us tonight. Ricky Rose, why don't you give us our winners and losers this week in the market last week? Unmute your line. Talk to us, Rick Ross.
Good evening, Sunday Night Stocks family. The losers for this week was Tesla, ticket symbol TSLA. They were down 2.8%. Bookings Holding Incorporated, ticket symbol BKNG. They were down 1.2%. Celsius Holding Incorporated, their ticket symbol CELH, they were down a whopping 14%. TransDigm Group Incorporated, ticket symbol TDG, they were down 2%. Gravity Ltd, their ticket symbol is GRBY, they were down 11.25%. But we had winners. And the winners last week was Shopify Incorporated, ticket symbol SHOP. They were up a whopping 12%. Alphabet A Google, they were up 2%. Their ticket symbol is GOOGL. Alphabet C Google, their ticket symbol is GOOG. They were up 1.52%. Amazon, their ticket symbol is AMZN. They were up 1.2%. And Chipotle Mexican G, ticket symbol CMG, they were up 2.6% last week. Those are your losers and those are your winners. Back to you, Tim.
That's good stuff. That's good stuff. That is really good stuff. Hey, listen, family, listen, you know what I always say, our greatest offensive weapon that we have in the stock market is knowing this: we can't time the market. And when I say we can't time the market, we will never sell at the top and you will never buy at the bottom. And with that said, it allows you that freedom and that flexibility to be able to move in and out of trades, to be able to sell when you need to sell and buy when you need to buy, because you know you're not going to never sell at the top and you're not going to never buy at the bottom. Hey, listen, fam, it was a great week. When I say it was a great week last week, it was a really great week for trading. I know a lot of you all's portfolios really have moved up. Remember, we just came out of that 6 months, 8 months seemed like where the market was just being, just crushed. All of our stocks were in the red. It was nothing but the blood. But now we're starting to see a lot more green, and I'm happy about that. Greener pastures are here. But listen, last week I had an opportunity to go to the Miami Beach Convention Center. And I was at the Miami Beach Convention Center, and Cruise World hosted this event. They had about 1,500 of travel agents, travel advisors, industry leaders, and they were there at the Miami Beach Convention Center for 3 days. I was there with them all 3 days last week, and I'm talking about all your big cruise ships was there. Holland America, Azamara, Carnival, Norwegian, everybody was there. But the big takeaway, and I think soon as I heard the executive chairman of Carnival say this, I got on my phone and started texting you all right away. And that was, Carnival said, and this was the announcement, if some of you all missed it, the executive chairman said last week here in Miami that all of Carnival cruise ships will be in the water, wait for it, March 2022. All of their ships will be in the water. But that's good news for us, because if you look at it, I need somebody to go out while I'm talking now and look up Carnival's what they're going for, what Carnival's trading at right now. And I'm telling you, I guarantee you they're beat down. So if you really want to do a swing trade, or if you really want to option play, or you really want to get you some shares and make some money, you got a real good opportunity here with Carnival being beaten the way it is. Somebody want to unmute? Let me know where Carnival is.
Carnival closed at 22.36 on Friday.
22.36. Give me that 52-week high, please, sir.
52-week high. Let me see if it's on here. 52-week high is 31.52.
So we're talking 31.52. They're at $22 right now. There is a lot of room to play in that. There is a lot of room to play in that. So if you was looking for a play of the week, you got to make a decision. So with that said, the cruise line industry is going to be heating up. I mean, they laid it out for those travel agents. I mean, they had Rick Risby. If you get an opportunity, make sure you Google him. Go on YouTube. Rick R-I-C-K Risby, R-I-G-S-B-Y. He was the motivational speaker on day one. And Rick Risby, he talks about, you can Google it, he talks about lessons from a third grade dropout, which was his father. And I mean, he set that place on fire in there on Wednesday, on that first day, getting them fired up. And what got me, Sunday Night Stock Group, was that you had 1,500 travel advisors, travel agents, and industry leaders of the cruise industry. And you know, this cruise industry took a big hit because a lot of their ships are offshore. They're not registered here in the United States. So they didn't get a chance to get none of that CARES Act money, none of that PPP money. They didn't get a chance. So they really had to go to the banks. And another thing that got me, or at that meeting last week at Miami Beach Convention Center, those 4 of the biggest top Holland America, Norwegian, they borrowed from the banks $92 million to stay afloat. 92, I'm gonna say it again, $92 million from the banks so that they can stay afloat, that they can pay their employees, that they can, make sure that they were top of the line. And the theme of last week was this. Every one of those executive chairmen of those particular cruise lines said this: we got the safest place on the planet. And they're saying because all of the protocols that they're using, if you get ready to go on board, you got to have your vaccination cards and the temperature checks and all of the things that they're doing that they put in place. They say cruising right now, it's not Griff saying it, this is what they said in the meeting, the executive chairmen, that is the safest place to be when you're out cruising. So this thing is getting ready to heat up. So I just wanted to bring that to you. It was very interesting. You need to look at those plays, Norwegian, Carnival, and check that industry and that sector out, because between now and April of 2022, there is a lot of money to be made in that industry, because here's the big word right here. There's a lot of pent-up demand. There is a lot of pent-up demand. People want to get back out on those seas and cruise. And that's why they had those travel agents, those travel advisors there, so that they want them to start booking and booking now. And they're giving some unbelievable prices. They're giving some unbelievable things. So thought that was good. Not only that, they had a lot of the big hotel chains. A lot of people from the Caribbean was there. But I want to say this, and then I'll get off this, that I thought was very, very takeaway. I had an opportunity to interview and spend some time with the executive chairman of Sandals Results. His name is Mr. Adam Stewart. And me and him had a pull aside. And I pulled Adam aside and I said, Adam, you know, with all of the things you're doing with Sandals Resorts and, you know, the big hit that happened, you know, a lot of things that you all do is predicated on tourism. And tourism took a big hit. I mean, a big hit. I heard what you said in your speech. You was very fiery. And not only did you guys started when the pandemic hit with 12 franchise Sandals around, which is an all-inclusive hotel, but now they're up to 42. I said, seemed like when the pandemic hit, Adam, you would have pulled back, laid off people, but that's not what you testified. You guys paid all your employees. You didn't lay off anybody. And then you invested in another 20, 30 some odd Sandals hotels. Adam told me this and it revolutionized me, man. And I thought it was very apropos. And I want to bring it to you all tonight. Adam Stewart, you can Google him. You can look on YouTube. He's there, chairman of Sandals Resorts. He said to me, I said, seemed like you would have been trying to save and trying to, you know, stay afloat. But you guys start spending and spending more and spending more. Why would you do that when everything on the news, Adam, was blinking red? It was horrible. We didn't have a vaccine. You know what Adam told me, Sunday Night Stocks? Mr. Stewart, executive chairman of Sandals Results. He said, you know, he is that funny little accent, a Jamaican accent. He said, Tim. He said, I had a cheat sheet. So, you know, I was curious at that time. I said, you had a cheat sheet, Adam? He said, yeah, I had a cheat sheet. I said, what was your cheat sheet? He said, I walked out of my office and I looked outside in Jamaica and I saw how beautiful the water was and how blue it was. And I saw how pretty the skies was. And I saw how the trees was. And I knew this too would pass. Oh, wasn't that powerful? Wasn't that powerful? Something like the man said he knew that this coronavirus, this Delta variant and whatever they wanted to, he said when he looked outside, he saw how beautiful it was. And he knew it would all pass. So that's why they made the investments. They didn't lay off no employees. They doubled down in the midst of a famine. They doubled down in the midst of a pandemic. So I thought that was good. I wanted to share that with you. I haven't heard that. I've been in, you know, a lot of churches and I haven't heard a lot of our leaders speak like that. But he said, Adam said he had a cheat sheet. With that said, listen, you know, I've been beating that drum for the last, maybe about 8 months or so, and you all saw it heat up, and that is IQST. Remember I told y'all about that stock, IQST? Well, last week, just passed, I mean, that stock heated up. The volume came in. It was cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I mean, it was trading down in the mere 30s and the low 40s. And IQST right now is at 61 cents. That's a lot of move from 30 cents to go up to like 61 cents. And that's based on the news. They got this new EVOS electric motorcycle that they're going to start manufacturing next week. I started to get a picture. I should have had a picture to put it on the screen and show it to you, but you can go out and see it. It's the first of its kind electric motorcycle. It is a beauty. It looks nice. The technology that they have there is going to be bananas. They got the patent on it. They're the first company to do it. So IQST, you know, you always see these companies, they trade at $40 and $50. Well, here's one that was trading for a while in the 30s. And I've been trying to put you all on it and tell you all about it. It's OTC. And I told you, if any penny stock is to make it to the Dow Jones and to the NASDAQ, I thought IQST would be one that do it. And they really heated up. So for those of you all who's in the stock, you know what your portfolios look like. It's blinking a whole lot of green. And I think tomorrow it's going to run and run and run some more. So I'm saying run, Forrest, run. And the volume was high. And when the volume is high, Sunday Night Stocks, you got to think in terms of two things. Was it, watch this, here we go. Was it institutional buyers? Or was it retail buyers? For it to move the way it did and for the amount of volume to come in, that was not only retail buyers. I believe that was a lot of institutional buyers. And whenever you see those big whales splashing, everybody gets wet. So govern yourselves accordingly, do your due diligence, but I think it's something that you ought to, give a second look, at least put it on your watch list. Another thing, Sundial Growers, that's a cannabis stock. We went through numerous things. We've been talking about Sundial at least for the last year and a half. They heated up. I mean, they was in the low 40s, and they heated up. I think Sundial now is at 92 cents, and they're looking to be at over a dollar and something by the end of this week. So, for those of you all who have Sundial in your portfolio, I know you're excited about that, seeing that green in there. They're starting to heat up, and maybe by this week they'll be over a dollar, and it may be a short squeeze. Look for the short squeeze, because a lot of those people who shorted Sundial, they're going to have to cover big. So keep your eye on that. And real quick, shouldn't be a long call tonight. Remember, we talked about this last week, and I just want to revisit it before we move forward tonight. And that is the infrastructure deal that was passed by Congress. Bridges, safety, transit, Amtrak rails, EV vehicles, chargers, clean bus ports, airports, waterways, water resilience, drinking water, broadband, power, clean energy. This is that big $1 trillion package that was passed, and the president will sign this tomorrow at the White House. This will revolutionize a lot of the things we do. This will be one of the biggest job creators we've seen in a long time in the U.S. We never talk politics on Sunday Night Stocks, but we only talk politics or deal with it when it comes in terms of our money. So just want to revisit some of these things: roads and highways. Roads and highways. Here are some of the stocks that's going to be playing in the roads and highways market. So if you didn't get them, go ahead and screenshot the screen now so that you can put these things on your watch list. All right. That's roads and highways right there. We talked about them last week, and there's some good buys here. Screenshot this: ports, inlands, and waterways. They're the ticker symbols there. And I think there's a lot of room here. And if you do your due diligence, there's a lot of money to be made with a major, whenever you get this type of federal spending, there's a lot of money to be made when the federal government is spending this kind of money. We're not talking about millions, we're talking about trillions. All right, so screenshot that. Those are your stocks that deals with ports, inland, and waterways. All right, here's EV charging stations. This is a biggie. You definitely want to screenshot this here. We've made a lot of money this week, and we're looking to make a lot of money this last week and this week in ChargePoint. We got a few plays out on ChargePoint, and I must say it is doing good. These are your ChargePoint is actually got 70% of the market share. These are your charging stations. So make sure you look at these, put them on your watch list, do some due diligence. There's a lot of money to be made in these spaces and these places, and you need to be in the plays. We want to put you in the right plays. We want to make sure we're giving you all the great education, giving you all the great information so that you can be in the right plays, and you don't have to do any thinking. You don't have to do any researching. We've already done it for you. Here it is. All you got to do is decide any, many, miny, mo, which one of these are you going to grab by the toe? All right. All right. Let's move over to electric buses. Electric buses. We're moving into clean energy, moving away from coal. And these are going to be some industry leaders in the electric buses. We're moving. Everything is moving over to the electric place. And these are some plays that you want to look at. Bluebird, ticker symbol BLBD. They sell school bus parts, so you want to screenshot this and govern yourselves accordingly. Just real quick, Plug Power last week was trading at $40.72. Can somebody tell me what they're trading for now? When we talked about this a week ago, Plug Power was at $40.72. Proterra was at $11.21, and Bluebird was at $24.42. Somebody look up plug for me, PLUG. Give me what they're selling for now. Somebody look up Proterra, ticker symbol P as in Paul, T as in Tim, R as in Rick, A as in Apple, Proterra, and then Bluebird, ticker symbol B as in ball, L as in Larry, B as in ball, D as in Derek. I just want to see where they're playing at. Last week when we talked, we was at 40.72 for plug. We was at 11.21 for Proterra, and we was at Bluebird. We was at 24.42. All right.
Your plug closed at 43.14 on Friday.
Okay, so plug closed at 43.14. So had you last week when we talked about it, got in plug power, you'd be up right now in the green. All right, what about Proterra?
12.22 last Friday.
Wow, 12.22. So you would be up in Proterra. All right, Bluebird.
That's BLBD.
Yes, sir.
It's at 25, closed at 25.04.
25.04. So just right there, family, and this is why we do it. Had you said, you know what, I want to get in the electric bus area, I'm gonna play here in this sector. All three of these stocks would have gotten you on base. You would be up money right now. You'd be looking good. You'll be ready to shake Mr. Dow Jones' hand, or you'll be rooting for more. Just in this field right here, based on where we were last week. All right, screenshot that. We're moving. Broadband. Here are some sectors in broadband. Kev, I want you to grab those. I want to just see where we were. We got American Tower, AMT. We got Cisco Systems, CSCO, and then we got Charter Communications. All right. Last week, American Tower was at $279 per share. Cisco was at $57.44 per share, and Charter Communication was at $696.31 per share.
All right, let's get into it. 272.10 for AMT. So they took a drop.
272, you'd be down.
272.10. Cisco, CSCO, Cisco closed at 56.82.
You'd be down.
And CHTR. Charter Communications closed at 689.35.
So you'll be down. So had you went to this sector, which this was one of the more expensive sectors, you would have had pullback. Not much. The biggest loser in this one will be number 3, Charter Communications, because they pulled back almost $20. So if you went here, you would be down, but not down for long, but you'd have just been down from our call last week. All right. And then you got clean energy. This is the last one I'll do, Kev. And then we'll move forward because I want to move into some other things tonight. Workhorse, and then you got Bloom Energy. While Kev is pulling those up, Workhorse last week was trading at $6.64 per share. Bloom Energy was trading at $34.29 last week when we dealt with these particular ticker symbols based on the $1 trillion infrastructure bill that's at the president's desk for signing tomorrow. Kev, talk to us.
Workhorse closed at 7.17 on Friday.
So you'll be up. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Bloom Energy closed at 34.15 on Friday.
Had you chose these two sectors, had you chose clean energy and had you chose electric buses, you'll be doing your church. You'll be doing your church shout tonight because you'll be up in those two. And watch this. They're going to run some more. But I just did that because I want to let you know that these are some great plays. And listen, the bill has not been signed yet. Biden is slated to sign the bill tomorrow. No trucks have went out. Nothing has moved. And look at the movement that you saw just in those two industries. And the bill hasn't even been signed. That's my point. Okay. All right. And here's the things in the industrials. Here are some plays in the industrials. You got 11 plays here in the industrial. I got a mistake here at number 11. I got you. The ticker symbol is DEER. That ticker symbol for deer is just DE. Drop the ER. Drop the ER. Kev, I'm just curious real quick, where's Boeing? Last week, Boeing, ticker symbol BA, it's number 10 on this list, was at 220.79. I'm just got a sneaky suspicion Boeing probably, Boeing, that's not boring, that should be E. That's the airliner, the Boeing company. I wonder what did they do last week? They closed, when we talked about them, it was at 220.
Yeah, they at 220.96.
220.96, so you'd be up a few pennies. So they didn't pull back.
Yeah, they were teetering. Yeah.
Yeah, they was teetering. There was one on here that I wanted to this right here deals with railways. I thought that was a good play. CSX Corp, Kev, they was at 35.54. What they close at on Friday? CSX Corp Railroads.
Yeah, they closed at 35.23 on Friday.
35.23. So you'll be down just a couple pennies. And remember, the bill has not been signed, so there's a lot of opportunity there. Family, you just got to decide, what area you want to play in and where you want to, what sector or what industry you want to be in. But those are the hot plays. Those are the hot plays. Those are the hot stocks. Okay.
Yeah, Tim, let me just add this in too, man. I know you talked about, where you'd be up or down at. We've promoted doing so much due diligence with the family here that, y'all should be all right. We throw out different things every week, and, you want to watch the news and keep an eye on these things. So whatever sector you decide to go into, or if you want to diversify and go into multiple sectors, the recommendation is always to keep a ear to the grindstone and keep an eye on that news, because you might have known that one sector that dropped, you might have known not to get into it right now. You know what I mean? So you would have basically be looking at it as, now that it's dropped, now may be a good time to get into it because of the dips. So I just wanted to throw that out there, Tim, because we talk
That's
about
good stuff. That's
so
good
much.
stuff. That's good
Stay on
stuff.
top of that
Real good
news,
stuff.
and you would know exactly how to move with this stuff.
That's good stuff. Yeah. Kev, I want to do one more thing real quick before
Yes,
we
sir.
throw it over to Pastor Barrow. I want Pastor Barrow to cover those lithium batteries for us tonight because I think those are going to be some great plays. What I want to do, I'm interested in this particular ticker symbol. Y'all write this one down. I want you to make sure you put this on your watch list. This company, I talked about them briefly last week. This company they make transmissions for commercial trucks. And if this infrastructure deal is going to play, and it's going to be this company makes the transmission for these trucks. If these trucks are going to be going all over Massachusetts, all over Atlanta, all over Utah, and all over California, North Carolina, South Carolina, they're going to need some transmissions. And this company here, it makes the transmission that goes in these trucks. Ticker symbol, put this on your watch list. S as in Sam, H as in Hector, Y as in Yankee, F as in Faith. They were at last week when we talked about them, $49.11. Kev, give me a drum roll. What are we looking at now? What did they do a week later? Ticker symbol SHYF. I'm sorry?
52.17.
Woo! Look at that banger.
52.17.
And I kind of like last week, I hit the table because I'm like, and listen, Kev, what's their 52-week high?
52-week high on the shift group is where we at, 45.08.
So their 52-week high is 45.08. Kev, look a little deeper real quick on that and see if you can find, because I want to know if that was just because after the pandemic, have they had any highs from that? And Pastor Barrow going to do his thing, and then we'll come back to that. But if that's their 52-week high, they've already exceeded that.
Well, they've exceeded that, man. I just went back 6 months, and they were kind of idling around the $44 mark between August and September. And then they started to drop off a little bit late September into early October. And then they dipped down to just under $36, somewhere around $35. And then right around a week ago, it seemed like this joker started taking off. Actually, October 15th or 19th, 18th and 19th, they started to creep up. So they've been on an upward trajectory since then. And this is the highest. Let me go back just a year. Now this is the highest that they've been in a year. So 52 weeks is a year. So this is their new high.
This is their new high, 52.17.
That's it.
Shift Group, put it on your watch list. This could be a sleeper. This really, I mean, they make the transmissions. Do your due diligence. I like it. I like the pick. I liked it last week when I was researching and I looked at it. When I came come Shift Group, I shift. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, just kind of watch that. Pastor Carlos Barrow, unmute your line, man. Talk to us about lithium batteries. Family, I want you to pay real close attention to this segment. This segment is called Put Us on Game. Pastor Barrow's going to put us on game with these lithium batteries.
Good morning, good afternoon, family. We've been talking about lately, me and Griff and some others, about the necessity as the EV market continues to diversify and everyone has a deadline in which every major car company is going to go EV only. One of the things we want to be looking at is trying to diversify incomes is going to be in the EV battery market. And that's one of those markets in itself in so many cases where we can actually take advantage of it as investors and be part of it as it begins to grow up. Again, I think over the last 3 to 5 years, they've been saying you'll be seeing the profits from those areas have increased 100-fold and sometimes going unnoticed. You got a number of 5 Canadian companies, about 5 of them in itself, that are starting to do great things. In fact, China, better yet, Tesla, suppliers of EV batteries, has actually bought one of those Canadian companies, Millennium, not too long ago, and it's going to be taking over them as they begin to try to expand. They are the suppliers for NIO and Tesla. They've taken over one of those companies in Canada, and Canada has about 5 great companies up there right now that is on the OTC that you can actually take advantage of. And one of them that I love greatly is NIO Lithium Company, which I got into around 2.9, and right now they're at a 5.20, and they're still growing with no stop in the near future. So again, a lot of them will meet their 52-week highs, and you know, as we get closer and closer to the end of the year. But again, we want to make sure we start looking at these lithium batteries companies. One of the ones that they're talking about in America is about 2 of them really. QuantumScape, that's going around about under $40, and they've been like that since right around February up until recently last week when people started bringing them up because they finally were able to come out with some data talking about they can revolutionize the EV battery company, because what they're going to actually end up doing is that they can actually charge their batteries less than 15 minutes and give anywhere to a 50% extended life expectancy on their batteries. And it's going to be in some cases smaller than a deck of cards. In one case they were talking about for certain vehicles. And so QuantumScape is one of those companies in itself. If you don't know them, Bill Gates is backing them, and Volkswagen is betting their whole EV market on this technology that they're about to come up with as far as the near future. And a lot of people are looking at them and saying, man, if they can do this, it's going to be a company. And again, like I said, it's going for around less than $40 at this time as they begin to turn around everything in the upcoming years. Other company in itself, the European company, Freyr, again, one of the largest battery companies that just opened up this season. Again, they're getting into it, and they got a lot of contracts already. They're backed by the Norwegian country, the government, as far as contracts and everything else. I mean, the Norwegian government actually has extended them and gave them almost $25 million to not only build their infrastructure and to build their plant, but to also get it set up so they can start doing businesses with the government and also just about every European manufacturer on their side. For the U.S., you want to look at Life Cycle, again, that is going, just came out of IPO about early this year for about $9, but right now they're going at 13 and rising daily. Again, that's a great company. Their ticket symbol is LICY. Again, Life Cycle, again, what they're doing, they got a major contracts. You look at them, their earnings reports are coming up not too real soon, but they got so many contracts. They're going to reuse all the batteries in EV companies and then turn around and make a profit from them. So when they have to be disposed, Li has already taken up just about every major company and said, we'll take those batteries for you. And they're charging so much money to do it, but they also have the ability to turn it around and use those products so it's just not waste going into the environment. And of course, they're going to get some of that grant money, that money that Biden is going to be signing over, because again, they're moving big time as they begin to set up everything in Detroit and Arizona. But again, these are just a number of the things that we've been talking about. Again, I want you to do your own due diligence when you begin to look at some of them. Again, like I said, there's about 5 of them I know that it's in Canada that you can get on the OTC that won't cost you much. but again, where you can put in at least $200 or so for those who might want to just get in a little bit at a time and just take your time. But please do your due diligence, start looking at some of those battery companies again, and begin to see for yourself, because again, like we said, in the next couple of years, that's going to be the biggest market out there to supply all these cars that's going to need lithium batteries. And QuantumScape is one of the most, because they basically going to change the technology from to solid batteries than what they are right now. Go ahead, Griff.
Wow, that's beautiful. Give me that ticker symbol on QuantumScape.
QS.
QS, everybody. And then the American company is LI.
The ticket symbol for the one in America that just built the LICY, Life Cycle.
Yes.
They're going for about $13.30. They came on board around about under $9. They've been moving up for the last 2 months. Again, a great time to get in right now, because again, they got so much going on. They're always got something that they've already signed. Each week they're promoting, they're doing something. So they're always going to be on the headwinds for people to get into. And like I said, the Neil Lithium Company in Canada is another OTC company, along with about 2 others you can get involved with if you just want to watch how much money you spend in and just hold it, and you'll begin to see some of the revenue stuff coming in, because I made quite a bit of profit off those 2 companies already.
That's good. Give me the what did QS close for on Friday, Pastor Barrow?
I think she was under Kelvin, from about $38, if I'm not mistaken.
38. Okay.
Yeah, she's been holding there for a while. Again, people been because again, this is not the first time that someone tried to come out differently with a solid battery for the EV world, but they are the one who are pretty much on track to not only come up with that technology. They got Bill Gates backing them, they got Volkswagen backing them, and they got their chief financial officer is a billionaire already, because he's just one of those bright minds and everything, and that's all they do. And so they've come up with enough data at this point in time that people are actually getting excited, saying they're so close to it. And if they can be able to get your EV cars charged in 15 seconds, at least 80% of it, and then extend the life of the battery for at least 50% more, again, that's why everybody's jumping on them right now.
Wow, that's awesome. Listen, family. You know, we always say when big whales splash, everybody get wet. And QS, if they got Bill Gates backing them, Bill Gates is a winner. And winners do what? Winners win. Hey, thanks, Pastor Barrow, man. I appreciate that segment. Put us on game. Hey, let's go up to New Jersey. Kev, unmute your line, man. Listen, there's a new coin. We're going to our crypto. We're going to move to crypto right now. And Kev is going to talk to us about this new crypto coin and this new crypto wallet. And I think you all going to like what he got for you. Kev, it's on you, buddy.
Yeah, what's going on, family? Listen, it's not a whole lot to get into. This is a relatively new coin, y'all. It's called Saitama Inu. Yeah. It seemed like everything got an Inu on the end of it with these dogs,
Saitama.
but
yeah, Saitama.
Yeah, Saitama Inu. They got all these different. These Inu is a Asian dog that they use for hunting, I believe, or something like that. But anyway, this is a relatively new coin. They kicked off in May of 2021. They had a launch event targeted recently. It was targeted for November 13th, and it was a bit of a failure. There was a lot of things that they were supposed to kick off in terms of the applications. It didn't happen. So what happens is that creates, a bit of uncertainty within the market. So, anybody who is in it, I am not, because it's to get it, there's a couple steps that you got to go through to actually get the coin. So I don't have any, but it took a bit of a drop, and we believe that drop was due to the uncertainty of their, the launch event and some of the things that they had committed to. Now, the difference between this coin and a lot of other coins is they claim to have a 2% transactional burn, meaning that every time you utilize and or transact with this coin, there's supposedly a burn that takes effect to minimize the Shiba Inu, situation that people have seen with oversaturation in the markets. So I don't know, that could be a plus. Don't know much about it yet. What is it? In order to purchase it, they have this Saitama wallet. There's a bunch of apps that were supposed to be launched last week. They didn't launch from what I've seen. I've gone out and I haven't seen them launch. I think there's a delay. Last I heard, they were targeting another 2 weeks from now, but that could change. But when things happen like this, people have their money invested. All of these new coins that are popping up, There is a lot of uncertainty because people are starting to get curious, like, okay, every time you turn around, there's a new coin. So when that launch event on November 13th didn't go as successful as the market thought it would, it created a bit of a sell-off. So those people that were early adopters, they probably made a couple of dollars, but those that were left in the space are now holding the bag. So there's a lot of upset people right now still holding the bag on it. Again, we talked about the apps. They've got the SATA mask is what they're calling it. They've got the SATA market, which is a marketplace where you should be able to go in and buy different cryptos. They got a SATA EFT, and they've got this SATA education. And then they've also got a SATA safe, which is a cool crypto storage wallet. It's basically a on-person electronic wallet that doesn't connect to the internet, supposedly a little more secure unless you lose it. But they seem to have a lot of utility. I'm not really sure if they basically just replicated some of the more standardized, coins that are out there, cryptos. It seems as if they tried to model some aspects of it from Ethereum, but it's still relatively new, family. So my suggestion would be to read up on it. There's a website dedicated to this particular crypto. I would suggest you go out there. They have what they call a white paper. It tells you everything about the crypto from its inception and what they intend to do with it. There's a lot of information. My plan is just keep an eye on it. Once it becomes available, I'll probably get a couple bucks worth and do it the same way I did the Shiba Inu, pull up my profits and then leave whatever else is in there for it to do what it's going to do longer term. So that's about all I have on that for now, Tim. Again, it is relatively new. I'd say proceed with caution and definitely do as much due diligence as you can to understand this thing. But if it's anything like the Shiba Inu, we all know how we kind of scored some profits on that. So definitely keep an eye on it.
Kev, did you do any comparative contrast as it pertains to just to put the family up on market cap as it pertains to the market cap on Saitama as it pertains to Shiba Inu?
No, Tim, I didn't have a chance to do that level of analysis yet. I was kind of looking at it on the surface. The information is readily available. So anybody who wants to, go out and check it out, you can see what the market cap is. Tim, I'm not sure if you had, I know we talked about it a little bit earlier. You had mentioned something about the market cap to me. So I don't know if you have that readily available, but the information is out there. It's not as, reclusive as one would think, family. The information is there. And again, they seem to have structure and utility. I don't know if there's anybody on the call that's more astute in crypto that may know a little bit more about it.
Kev, let us defer to Pastor Harper and Dana because they stay in those crypto spaces. Let's hear from Pastor Harper first, and then we'll go to Dana Broxton. Pastor Harper, talk to us.
Yeah,
talk.
Yeah, thank you. I'm not familiar with that. I was actually getting ready to ask you what was the spelling of that one. What is it? Sita Inu?
It's SAITAMA.
TAMA.
And then the Inu.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Shit. Okay. Yeah, that one I'm not familiar with, but Griff. But I did hear it. I kind of just wanted to throw this out there. I was on a radio station. I think it was yesterday or the day before yesterday. And has anybody heard anything about the Miami coin? That Miami has created a coin for, and I thought it was odd, but I heard them and they were speaking kind of highly of it. That there's going to be a new way of spending. So, but I just kind of want to throw it out to see if anybody heard anything about that.
Yeah, what happened was our mayor, the mayor of Miami, what he said was that they would be doing transaction in Bitcoin. They'll be paying some stuff in Bitcoin.
Okay.
Yeah,
but not a coin itself.
No, it was a Bitcoin. Yeah, you probably just caught the tail end of that.
Okay.
Before Dana unmutes and all right, Dana's ready. All right, Dana, talk to us. Have you heard anything? Have you and your son-in-law talked about the Saitama coin?
Yeah, we actually, my son-in-law Fado, we've been discussing it. Like Kev says, you got to go through some hoops to get this new coin, and what it is basically they're trying to set it up where you have to go join, you know, their program, and then through their program, then you can purchase it. But it's a few steps to get to it, and I just really believe that this is the future and the direction that we're going in. And you're going to see a lot of different coins come out. And it's amazing. When you do your research on all of these different types of coins, they have specific uses. And just read like Kev say, do your due diligence and see what the uses are. It's amazing the technology that and the uses that these coins are going to are designed to do, and it's amazing. It's going to take off, and it's good to just put a little side money, you know, something that you ain't afraid. Your I would say your coffee money, you know, and put a couple of coins away, because they are absolutely going to take off. I'm telling you, they're going to take off. I like Mana, and it's some other stuff that's out there I'm looking at. It's phenomenal. The cryptocurrency market is absolutely going to explode in the next couple of years. Matter of fact, it's exploding now. But the key is getting in now while it's cheap. Yeah.
Good. Thanks, Dana. Talk to me, GT, Greg.
Yeah, hi. Yeah, I was just looking at some of the white paper for Saitama, and I just have a bit of a concern about their mission. Well, the basis for the dog that they're talking about, the Saitama Inu dog. Check out page 10 of the white paper when you get a chance. You know, there's a reference to this dog being a ghost dog, and there's some spiritual thing going on there with, you know, connotations that, you know, we as Christians need to take a careful look at before we get involved in something like this. But yeah, I you know, it does seem to have an interesting basis, you know, with the market and the mask, and it's supposed to have one-stop shopping when they get the app done. It's also supposed to be the only mask out there that has an app for the phone. So they're trying to be, you know, unique in that way. And also there's another concern with how many coins they actually issued. They actually issued 100 quadrillion. That's with a Q. Quadrillion, okay? That's 1,000 more than a trillion. So, you know, if you compare that to Shiba Inu, which issued 783 trillion, this is about 100 times more that they issued on, more than 100 times more, about 130, 140 times more coins that they issued for this one. So that's a concern as far as the market cap is concerned. I wasn't able to find a price. I don't know if anybody else has seen an actual price on it.
Yeah, Greg, it's a whole bunch of zeros, Greg.
Yeah, zero,
before you get to the end of it. And I have to say this too, Tim, is and Greg made a good point. When I first heard about this, I was a little sketchy about the name. I said, Satan who? I said, I don't know nothing about that one. But Greg, I looked into the same thing, and it's you know, it's kind of got some questionable background, you know. But I'm gonna research it a little bit more and check its viability, and you know, determine if it is something that I want to move forward in. But if I do, it'll be pretty much similar to what we did with the Shiba Inu, but still a lot more due diligence to do on this one.
Right. Well, hey, family, that good stuff. You know, that's what we try to do here on SNS. You know, we want to be out front. You know, we want to always, you know, we want you to be able to come here in this space and be able to get the information that's out there. And like Dana said, I agree with Dana 1,000%. You know, put some coffee money there. You know what I'm saying? And if it pop, you know, you get your 1,000, 1,500 and keep on moving. You know what I'm saying? You ain't trying to get married to Saitama. No, you do it new.
Hey, Griff, let me say this real quick. I tell all the Christian brothers, and I said it in this season, the wealth of the wicked,
Longer.
the wealth of the wicked is laid up for the righteous. So I'm taking their wicked money. I don't care what they trying to do. I'm just trying to get their money. That's it.
I hear you. I hear you. Hey, listen, it's we at the top of the hour. You know it's our time. But I want to hear from one of our newbies. She don't even know I'm coming to her, but I want to come to her. Miss Hyacinth, unmute your line. Miss Hyacinth, and tell us how you doing in Charge Point. I know you bought some shares there. How you looking? Are you got some green pastors? Or you got some red pastors? Talk to her, Miss Hyacinth.
I got green ones. I looked at it yesterday, and I got green ones, and it's looking pretty good. Actually, I have the SNDL.
Yes.
Yeah, that one I got quite a few of those. And when I saw the price on it yesterday, I was pretty happy. I think I have over 20 actually.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, because it was under $1. Yeah, yeah, it's looking pretty good. And I'm learning as I'm going along, but I love it. Thank you so much, all of you.
Amen. Amen. Hey, listen, that's one of our newbies. She done jumped in, she at one time, Miss Hyacinth had her feet in. She done jumped all the way in the water now, Pastor Harper. She all the way in. So I just wanted to bring her home, man, and let you all hear from her and her testimony and how good she's doing in her portfolio. But before we get ready to go, we're going to ask Pastor Varner to play us out. But I want to hear from my friend, my brother, Pastor Burrell. If you got anything for us tonight, unmute your line, talk to us. And if Pastor Varner can't pray us out, we look for you to take us home, sir.
Well, Griff, listen, I have here with me my great friend, Dr. Reginald Brown. He is the godfather of my two youngest children.
Yes.
He's interested in getting into this whole investing thing. You remember, Griff, you provided him the stool he sat on when my daughter got married.
Yeah, yes, I remember. Yes.
So amen, amen. So thanking God for this relationship. Listen, one of those segments, Lord, I can't identify it right now, but VLTA in the back. I bought some shares in that, boy, and it's up.
Yeah, that's that Volta. That's that new charging battery. You got some of that?
There you go, Doc. Yeah. So
that's good.
And the whole thing now, one of the new things, I think Brother Barrow told us about lithium batteries. One of the new things is out there on the horizon is solid state batteries. Solid state batteries. Just like the computer I'm on tonight, these newer computers don't have CD drives and all that anymore. That's how they're able to make them smaller and quicker. You're downloading everything. You don't have to be ripping anything onto a CD-ROM and stuff. So when these solid state batteries get out there, that's really gonna make able to charge these cars easier, faster. So man, listen, I thank God for you and the rest of the Sunday Night Stock family, because man, this is a great time, man, to just be able to be in the market.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, that's good stuff, Pastor Burrell, man. I like that, because Volta just came out, man, and you jumped right on it, man. That's good stuff. And tell our friend, our brother, Dr. Brown, it is so good to see him in the background, man. I would love for him, Pastor Burrell, I'm gonna put it out there to bring us them leftovers one night. You know what I'm saying? I'd love to just let him lay down on us just a little bit. So if you can, Pastor Varner, if you are on, can you pray us out? If not, Pastor Burrell will get on base for you. Pastor Varner, if you can unmute your line, pray us out.
Shall we pray? And so, dear God, we thank you for the close of this great Sabbath, bringing us together as family to learn, God, how to prosper financially.
Yes, God.
And live with more quality of things in this life, even as our hearts remain gold for the cause of the kingdom of Christ Jesus. Hallelujah. We bless you for our leaders. We bless you for our leader. Continue to bless he and his wife and family, God, with good things, with every spiritual gifts, the fruits of the Spirit, everything that shall make their lives better. everyone on this line, God, every brother, every sister is blessed. We speak, God, that they shall prosper this week in the spirit and prosper in the things of the natural that are satisfactory in your sight. We speak safety. We speak security. We speak the glory of God to lead our very paths every step of the way. And for you, dear God, we give you glory, honor, and praise for the matchless Lamb of God, Jesus the Christ. Amen. And bless God.
Amen. Good night, everybody.